that are not married and they are doing this incredible?
Well, there's a myriad of things. I think, first of all, we have to go back to writer. You are very well known for your teaching skills. Your students speak a whole lot about you. Miss Nigeria competition.
And I said, let's pick them up, let's take them back to Nigeria, and let's teach them a different kind of job.
I was listening to a popular adage in Abuja land where it was a woman was described as never being small, no matter the age and size. A woman is always a woman. And I so believe that because every woman, no matter the age and place, will always fit in to do the right thing to make the nation grow. And so on this show, The Woman, we always showcase women who are doing great things to ensure that the younger generations are carried along and the job of making this great nation, does not fail us in any way. Today, I have joining me in the studio a princess of a land, Ekiti land, a woman who turned around a lot of things, especially in the areas she's worked, precisely the CBN. She's known as Princess Ebioluwa Bosade Oledunu. JP, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
All right. I've always admired you, and I'm glad for once. I know it won't be the last. I'm sitting close to you. And the very first time I saw you, what caught my eye was the hair, and it's been like a signature tune. I want to find out, it's what you've worn for how many years now?
I've been wearing this hair since 1984.
1984,
and that was when I was made the queen mother of my community. I became the mother of my father. We have 3 ruling houses and they were looking who is going to be the queen mother, and I have some of the princesses that are sold as my mother. But the 3 ruling houses agreed that it has to be me. I became the mother of my father and the mother of all the prince and princesses. And even my father dares not call me by my name anymore. She calls me mother. And mother in Ekiti means yeye, my mother. So sometimes if he's calling me, I will pretend I didn't hear him because I love the way he calls my first name. But he dares not. So then I was working with the central bank, and I was in charge of the IMF and the World Bank and all international financial institutions. And if I'm going for meetings, I want something that is going to indicate who I am without, putting my culture beside. And I still want to mix into the international community. So this came into being. And if I wear my suit, it goes with it. If I wear my traditional wear, it goes with it. And that is how it become my signature thing.
Beautiful. Maybe I have to find a way of getting a signature tune. I'm going to leave you to decide on which hairdo I'll be using as signature tune. They'll fit into everything I'm doing, really. But back to the woman. You have inspired a lot of people, but I'd like to know, did you choose the banking job or did the banking job choose you? How did you end up in the Central Bank of Nigeria?
Okay, I have to tell you a small story about my upbringing. My father is so principled. There's no difference between a boy and a girl in my father's house. What a boy can do, a girl can do it. So even if we follow him to the farm, if he give a boy 10 hips to clean, if we give the girl, even when you are young,
the same 10?
Yes. He can say, oh, go and drink water, and you will come back. And everybody must go to school, whether you are a boy or a girl. Being a princess, we were many. By the time my father died at the age of 100, we were about 35.
Children?
Yes.
And he trained all?
All of us must go to school. And even if you don't want to go, he will say you must be in that school. Because when I go, you will say, I will have gone is because they didn't train me. But at the time I left primary school to go to secondary school, the old Western region then, that was free and compulsory education. So in primary school, you go, and they will give you 1 egg a day.
One egg?
Some food to eat. And that was the way it was. You must go to school. If you don't go, if your mother is working, making kose in front of the house, and you are helping her, She will be arrested. Your father too will be arrested. So everybody sent their children to school. Then by the time I get to secondary school, yes, he was ready to pay for the secondary school. As the boys were going, the girls were going. And in secondary school, then we used to study Latin as part of what? But then they're now telling us Latin is a dead language. Then I have to change from Latin to French.
I know you studied French at a point.
Yes, from Latin to French. And then we did, when we were doing our exam, and they gather a lot of us from different secondary school to do the oral text, because we are only 3 in my school that was ready to do French then. They were telling us Latin is a dead language. So we did French, and I passed. And that changed my horizon, really. By the time I now finished, and then went, my uncle was in Lagos. I was in Ekiti, Ayedun Ekiti. Then he came and he said I should follow him. And in those days, electricity was not common. When I got to Ikoyi, I said, wow, what's that thing doing under the tree? And it was electricity. That was how it was in those days. And then I was there, and he got me a form to go to, they call it preliminary exam, to go to the university. And when I was filling my form, I spelled university, UNIVERCITY. And that cost me a whole year. And my uncle said, university, Univer village, Univer town, you are not ready to go. I cried, I begged. He said, no, you are going to wait. If it is today, they will ask somebody to come and help me do the exam. So that cost me a year. He said I can't go. But I now begged him, can I now be working for some time? And he said, yes. He was a PAMSEC in the Ministry of Communication. He later became the head of service and secretary to government. One person was holding that position then. But he said, if you want to work in the ministry, nobody must know you are my daughter. Ha. This man is here again. Why now? But you are my father. I said, yes. It's either they will give you special treatment, or some people will maltreat you. So if you are going there, you are going there on your own. Nobody. And he will pick me from our house at Ikoyi. He will drop me at Kakawa. I will walk to the ministry to go and work. So I was walking.
And you were going the same direction?
Yes.
He just didn't want people to associate.
He will pick me from home. He will drop me on the road. I will walk to where I'm going. When we close in the evening, I will have to go and stay in front of CMS church. And when the car stops, I have to rush in so that nobody will know I am the daughter of the permanent secretary. So it was like that.
And things have really changed now.
I now beg my uncle, can I go to Alliance Française so that I can learn more about my French? And he said, yes, you can go. So I registered in Alliance Française. Then I registered to do my GC advanced level. Within 1 year, I had 2 baccalaureates. That's 2 certificates.
2 baccalaureates?
Baccalaureates. That's the meaning of certificate in French.
Oh, no.
Baccalaureate Français.
Baccalaureate.
So I have 2 certificates in French language, and I was studying for my GCA advanced level. Mistake, university SITY, that I made CITY, and now allowed me to make use of that 1 year to get something, and that changed my life for the better. Finally, I have to go out of Nigeria to the US to study. And he insisted, between him and my father. So I went to Miami-Dade Junior College in Miami, Florida, for a pre-entry to the university. And I was walking and going to school. So I was in Miami-Dade Junior College for 1 year before I get admission to the Ohio State University. And that is why I graduated.
And then you go back to Nigeria to serve?
Then I came back to Nigeria to serve. And when I came to Nigeria, I was posted to the Central Bank of Nigeria. So we went. And because I already told you about 2 baccalaureates in Alliance Française, plus my certificate at the school cert level in French, and then I'm now able to speak other languages that, they call it Romance language. And this means Latin, English, French, Espanol, Portuguese. Okay. In French, when they say, for English we say apartment. In French we say appartement.
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 Yes.
Okay, that's
Then,
French.
yes.
Portuguese.
The apartamentos.
Apartamentos.
Yes.
Okay.
Is the pronunciation that is different. When you understand one, you understand the other.
Okay, apartment, apartamentos, apartment, and in Latin is how?
It's apartmento.
Apartmento.
Yes.
And which other one did you mention earlier?
You know,
Italian. Okay, that's Italian.
Both Italiano, Portuguese, they have the same pronunciation.
Okay, that's good. So, how did you gain the job in CBN?
Okay. Now, when we came to when I came back from the US, I was already married, and then they posted me to the central bank. And when I was there, because I speak another language, so anything that is anybody coming from abroad for one meeting or the other and doesn't speak English, they will ask me to go and meet them at the airport, take them to where they are going to be, and so on and so forth. And that was the way I was working around the clock, not as a youth corper really, because I will work if it's a Saturday or Sunday, and then the regular job. And when we finished that 1 year, they had a send-off party for us. And then the highest denomination of the naira was 20 naira. If they give you 20 naira, then it's like they gave you 2 million naira. So when they were doing the send-off, they give us a package, pack everything, and give every one of us. And they now single me out. They gave me an envelope. I was so happy. I said, it's 20 naira. I couldn't open it in the presence of my friends. So when I got home, I opened it. It was my appointment letter. They said I've already done my interview when I was working. There was no interview, so I was
It was your performance that actually gave you the job?
Yes. So I started working with them. They put me in the personnel department, and because of what I studied, they put me in charge of in the research department, in charge of international economic relations. And my first meeting at the IMF, they actually had a party for me. That was in 1980, as the first Nigerian woman who came as a delegate, not the wife of a delegate. They have a small party for me. And if we are meeting, I can listen in any of the languages. You know, we use earphone. You can press and listen, and then I can raise up my hand. I can talk on behalf of all of us. And
I want to know what really changed, because at the point, like you mentioned, CBN was not taking women into any other department, but the policy seemed a little bit overhauled now. Yes. How did that happen?
Okay. We have our governor then was Governor Vincent, Ola Vincent, of blessed memory. Then we have Ahmed too, from Bauchi. And since we are in that department, we ladies then, we are now having our meetings. We now said we will write a letter to the management of the central bank. Oh, my very good friend, Florence Ironini, Mrs. Demoren, Mrs. Akonji, myself, and so many others. We wrote the letter, and then they said, oh, let us sign. And I said, no, we are not signed the way we are going to sign. What do you mean? I said, if you sign 1, 2, 3, 4, they will pick a ring leader. The one that is leading. They say, these people are the one that is causing the wahala. Okay, princess, what do you want us to do? I took my pen, and I drew a circle. I drew a circle. I said, all of us are going to sign around the circle. You cannot ping a ring leader in a circle. So if you pick 1, 2, 3, still in the circle, you can come from here. So we signed, and we sent it to management, and the management was so good. They looked at it. We told them, this place will be too much for us. We can work. Then they said, oh, they are doing us a favor. What is the favor? They won't be transferring us from one place to the other. 2, there is what we call special duty. When the note is bad, it is shared and it is burnt in the incinerator. They say, we won't have to do that. They are doing us a favor. We told them no. We cook at home with firewood. We fry and so on. We are in the kitchen all the time. If that one doesn't affect us negatively, why should burning of note and shredding of note? We will do note burning, we will do note shredding. And if you want to transfer us, transfer us. So I said, okay, just hold on. And later, they now allow us to be working in all the other departments. Until we now have the very first deputy governor, who was a woman, and so on and so forth.
Right, I know that our time is almost up from here. We will be going to find out the other side of the princess of the land, the queen mother of the land in Ekiti. She does several other things beyond just making money for or counting money for Nigeria, if you call it that, in the CBN. She's, like she told you, mother of a lot of people in Ekiti State, and she's doing a lot of mentoring. But I'm particularly interested in what she does for her hobby. She'll tell us more about it. Let's go meet her, with her in her home.
You know, let's pick them up, let's take them back to Nigeria, and let's teach them a different kind of job.
Good afternoon.
Hello, Mommy. Nice to be in your place.
Hello,
Thank you so much
Yes,
for
yes.
having me. Really, it's a
Welcome.
beautiful house. It's a
Thank
beautiful place. All right, thank you. I can't wait to sit down. Have the gist I've been looking forward to. And you look radiant too. Almost every color suits you. Is it because of your light skin? All right. You know, in the studio, we started have a conversation which I intend to finish, and that's about what you do around this period. I'd like to know, ma'am, having worked with the CBN and with your activities with your fellow women, what would you say was more instrumental, you know, for your growth? Because a lot of people, you know, would give up halfway, but you persisted, raising children, family, work, and you still did it very well.
Okay, events develop the way they start. I told you about my father, that he treats everybody, all the children as equal, and he gives us equal opportunity. Then I told you about when I wanted to go to the university and they said I have to work and go to the university. That taught me how to work, to save, and not spend my money on things that are not important in my life. So from that working, I was able to be saving for the rainy day. And by the time I was in school, I was able to pay my school fees and everything, even when I started working. And anytime I travel, because of the responsibility that I have, taking care of my children, the land, and so on and so forth, I don't spend my money on things that are not important.
Okay.
Very, very important.
What
And
has
I'm
been
into
the-
farming too.
Okay, we'll get to the farming because I've heard so much about your farm work. What has been the most challenging thing for you? Being an established career person up to director level and, you know, manning your home at the same time.
Well, it wasn't easy. But if you make up your mind that you are going to make success out of it, then you will focus on the things that are more important in your life. I told you, I traveled from one place to the other. In the period when I was working, I've traveled to 78 countries of this world without counting any country twice. And sometimes I will be in Philippines, I will be doing homework with my children. And it was those days of big phone. And if it is far away, the phone will be echoing. I remember my son, now he's now 42. We say, Mommy, why are you sounding double? Because I will be teaching them French, English, and all whatnot, even though I am far away. And then when I'm back, I make sure I take good care of them. Because I lost their father when they were very small, and the responsibility was on me. But the same thing that I did when I was going to school, when they were in school, I made them to work too and go to school. I have money for them, but I make them to borrow money from their account. And if you are going to borrow, your brother will sign for you.
You know, you talked about the side jobs you do.
Yes.
Sometimes these days we call it PP. You do farming. What kind of farming do you do? Somebody has actually mentioned
yes,
about fish
okay,
farming.
like I used to plant yam. Before I moved to this place, I was in the CBN quarters in Karu. So I have At least every year I plant 2,500 tubers of yam.
Really? You sell them?
In Jikoi. I sell some, but I have what I call diplomatic party. I will invite all the ambassadors. We will go to my farm. If you can't dig a yam from them, you are not going to eat pounded yam. Some will get big yam, some will get small one, and then we'll carry palm wine there. We will carry all kinds of local drinks, and then we will pound the yam under the tree. We will take mat and we will lie down, and everybody will eat. We will enjoy ourselves.
So whatever you eat is what you actually work for.
And some will get small yam. Say, oh, this is my yam. Some will get, oh, this is my yam. That kind of thing.
And all from your farm. From your farm?
From my farm.
Okay.
And then during the corn harvest, we have what we call the corn roasting party. We will go to the farm, we will collect corn, and we will roast it, and we will enjoy it. Then there is another one that I do. Part of the humanitarian thing that I do was building of a primary school in Kushigoro. So we just thought we need to be, there was nothing there.
Okay, you built up a primary school for the less privileged, okay?
So, and a combination of me and the people of Kushigoro, the Seriki Ndigbo, Seriki Yoruba, Seriki Ngala, Seriki whatever, plus Esu Kushigoro. So on Tuesday and Thursday, I will give away my break time to carry them from one place to the other, begging for money. Gilos Baja, this and that. And some days 10,000, some days this. Then finally, we applied for a license to build that school from the Ministry of Education, and they gave it to us. And it was around this time of the year, they said, around September, they said, oh, we should wait till next. I said, no, we are going to build this school with a mat. So we went to the market, we bought mat and Ghana must go, and we built 3 classrooms. And they gave us 3 teachers, a woman as the headmistress. And we started the school. And when I go to Kushigoro, anytime they see me, I'm Mama Makaranta. And by the time UNESCO saw it, they came to our rescue. And if you are going to the airport, on the right side, after the city gate, you will see the school in Kushigoro. Then in Jikoi, I am Iyakoi, mother of the land. And what did I do? I'm the one that wrote the history of Jikoi when General Hussein was the Minister of Federal Capital Territory.
All right. So this Mama Makaranta, there is also land.
Yes, mother of the land.
Mother of the land. Mm-hmm. I know that you have a bit of your farm right here in this compound. Yes. And I can't wait to see them. When we get outside, Mommy is going to be talking to us about her special Christmas party. When we get outside, let's go to see her farm.
They are doing this incredible.
Well, there's a myriad of things. I think, first of all, we have to go back to
the writer. You are very well known for your teaching skills. Your students speak about. Oh, this is the famous fish pond. That's 3 of them. Okay, how does this work?
And then we sort them, because if the small one is there, the big one can eat the small one.
Oh, okay.
You know, fish eat
themselves.
They eat themselves. The small one will eat the big one.
Okay.
And if any bird jump inside this place,
it's dead.
They will tear the feather away, and then they will tear him to pieces.
Okay. Now I want to hear about the Christmas party. Okay. What happens here around Christmas?
Okay, the Christmas party. We normally have it either on the 21st or 25th or 26th. We will bring the net and everybody will come first. We will have sat down out there. The seat will be arranged and so on and so forth. And when we now come here, then you will take the net, you will dip it, and you will bring a fish out. If you can catch, people will clap for you. Okay, as soon as they do that, they will put it in a bucket, and then the people that are going to clean it will take it out. They will cut it, they will clean it with salt and lemon and things like that, and cut it to pieces. And the people that is going to do the cooking, they will be out there. The pepper is ready and everything. They will make salad, they will cook the rice, they will cook all sorts of things that
I'm salivating.
That we are going to eat. Then when they are doing the cooking, people will now go back to their seats, and then they can be playing music, and then you can have some soft drinks and things like that. But immediately they finish cooking, everybody will come, one after the other, to where the pot is. We will bend down and take what you want to eat, and take the amount of fish that you want.
Direct from the pot?
Yes. But
Okay.
don't take more than you can eat.
Okay.
That's part of the rule.
So this is a very lovely way of enjoying retirement. You really don't lack much, you know.
And not only not lacking, if you are hypertensive, according to doctors, if you just stand and the fish are moving and moving and moving, and you just stand and you are watching them the way they are going, we are told that it can even lower your pressure.
That's nice. Can I try my hand on fishing?
Sure, why not?
Okay, can I have a net? All right.
See whether we can make her a fishers of fish.
So how do I go?
Do it yourself.
Like seriously, mommy?
You are on your own.
Okay, let's see how it goes. Ooh, but these things are scary, man. Oh my God. Oh, mommy,
You are not fishing, you are driving them away. If somebody brings a gun and is coming to you, will you wait?
are you serious?
You have to surprise them.
Where are they? They just disappeared. They're hiding. Okay. Oh no. I'm gonna try again. Okay. Oh, look. Ah! Can you imagine it?
Oh, yeah, carry it.
No.
Carry it.
I just caught myself fish.
You see?
This is so interesting.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
So if you drag your net like that, they will run.
I was thinking it's
But
a
you
gentle
must
thing.
watch them and surprise them.
That's nice.
Because
That's
nobody wants
nice.
to wait for death now, even fish.
Interesting. Now I've learned that one. It's not a gentle business.
I did.
You have to do it with us. Thank you so much for letting us into your home, a beautiful place, and no wonder every day you're looking younger.
We thank
Nobody
God.
will believe you're almost 70 now.
I will be 70 next year, September.
Keep it up. That has been it with the princess of the land, the queen mother of the land. We'll be speaking to a career civil servant who retired as deputy director in CBN, and a farmer, an artist. All the decorations in her home she did herself. Every single thing. Is a woman who is multitask and very much talented. Thank you so much. And I see a lot of people who are working with you, and even in retirement, you're still paying bills. That's good. So what do I do with this?
Take it home.
No, I want to empty it. You know, fishes actually have a lot of energy. Did you see the fight? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to smell fish in a little while, then let me go. All right, see you again. It's been The Woman, and I've enjoyed myself immensely. Mommy, thank you. Bye.
My pleasure.
I'm doing flying doctors or that are not married, and they're doing this incredible.
Well, there's a mirage of things. I think, first of all, we have to go back to
Writer, you are very well known for your teaching skills. Your students speak a whole lot about you.
Miss Nigeria competition.
I said, let's pick them up, let's take them back to Nigeria, and let's teach them a different kind of job.